আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
ম্যাম।
অসুবিধা হয়
না
তাসনিম?
না
আসসালামু আলাইকুম মিস, আপনি কেমন আছেন মিস?
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আমি ভালো আছি। তোমরা ভালো আছো?
জি মিস, আমরা ভালো আছি।
যাক, খুব ভালো।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম মিস।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
মিস আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
মিস আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
মিস আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। Prati, do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
You raise your hand.
Ma'am, in 46 page there have some questions. Ma'am said that this is our homework, so I did it. Ma'am, can I show my homework now?
Okay. Today we will read.
ম্যাম আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Walaikum assalam. Today we will read unit.
ম্যাম আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Walaikum assalam. Unit 5, lesson 2 or 3?
ম্যাম লেসন 2।
Lesson 2. I think we read that passage. This one.
Yes, ma'am, listen 3.
Okay. There is a text, but we don't have any CD. But there is a textbook. I think I can read you the text because it is a listening text. Become Rokia 2. I did the text. You all listen, okay? Begum Rokia 2. Begum Rokea's husband Shakhawat Hossain died in 1909. 5 months after his death, Rokeya set up a high school for girls in Bhagalpur. In memory of her husband, it was named Shakhawat
মিস আপনার
Memorial.
কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
It is coming very little. Or try to listen, okay? In memory of her husband, it was named Shakhawat Memorial's Girls High School. There was a dispute among the members of her husband's family over the school land. Later, the school was moved to Kolkata. The school is now of the most popular schools for girls It is run by the Paschim Bangla state. Rokeya started her literary career in 1902 with a Bangla story entitled Pipasha. She wrote a good number of short stories and novels. Her publications are Sultana's Dream and Padmarag. This is actually Padmarag. Okay. In English we call it Padma, but in Bengali we call it Poddo. Poddo, it is one kind of flower, but here it is said Podorag. Begum Rokeya died of a massive heart attack on 9 December 1932. This is the text. Actually, it is here. It is.
আসসালামু ma'am.
Well, alaikum assalam.
Ma'am, আপনি কেমন আছেন?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I am fine.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
welcome. Now we start the text. You listen to the text. Here is in A. It is said that read these questions first. What did Begum Rokeya do to make people remember her husband? And do you know what kind of books she wrote? It is a listening text. Here it is said listening text. See, here it is said that then listen to the teacher or CD and answer the questions. I read the text. If you don't understand, I can read it again. Do I have to read the text again?
No, ma'am. Yes.
You have to write some points here. Safat Hussain died in which year did he die? Can you tell me? 1902, 1909, 1932. Can anyone tell?
1932.
It is about Safat Hussain, not Begum Rokeya. Begum Rokeya died
Ma'am, 99.
1909. Okay. Then Begum Rokeya set up a girls' high school in where?
Bhagalpur.
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 Yes.
Miss.
Begum Rokeya set up this school in memory of her
Husband.
Husband.
husband. Okay. There was a dispute in her husband's family. A
Welcome,
dispute means that the members what?
Had different opinions.
Had different opinions.
Different opinions.
Had
Shafat
different
Hussain Memorial Girls School is what type of school it is?
A Muslim.
Is a Muslim school.
Muslim school.
Muslim school.
No, a government
That
school.
was the girls' school.
No, actually it is not a government school. It is not a Muslim school. It is a private school.
Ma'am, assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. If we say that it is a Muslim school, then any girl from any kind of religion cannot go into this school. So it is not a Muslim school, not for the Muslim girls only.
Assalamualaikum, Miss.
It is for all. And it is not also government school because it is not set up by the government. It is set up by a person. Shafat Hussain's wife, Begum Rokeya, set up it. So it is a private school, not government or Muslim school. Okay. Begum Rokeya wrote what?
Novels and short
And
stories.
novels and short
Novels
stories.
and short stories.
Short stories.
Okay, thank you. Now answer the following questions. What did Begum Rokeya do for female education? And why
Begum
did she move?
Begum Rokeya.
Can you answer? Can you answer it?
And we need some time.
Novels and poems.
Begum
Rokeya was set up a school for female education. Begum Rokeya was set up a school for female education.
Yes, Begum Rokeya set up a school for girls' education. It is right. Rokeya set up a high school for girls' education. That is for female education. Then what shall we write here? What did Begum Rokeya do? Begum Rokeya set up a high school for female education. Then what about why did she move Shakhawat Memorial Girls School to Kolkata? Can you say
She moved Shakawat Memorial Girls High School to Kolkata to give it a big shape.
to give it a big shape? Or there was a dispute among the members of her husband's family over the school land. Actually, there was a dispute. Her husband's family don't want to give that school land, so she had to move that school to Kolkata.
Prarthana Ghosh, please mute your mic.
What are some of her important writings? Can you tell me?
Am I say
Yeah.
Pandorag,
Sultana's Dream, Padmarag, Pipaja,
Yes.
etc. are some of her important writings.
Yes, you are right. Thank you. Actually, when you have to face this listening text, you have to remember the text. Then you have to answer such type of questions. Now it was listen for Helen.
ma'am, can you please mute Prarthana Ghosh?
Prathana, Prathana, is there any problem? Why can't you mute yourself? Thank you. Now talk about the picture. Who is the woman in the picture? What is she famous for? After reading the text, we can answer that questions.
Ma'am, can I read?
Ma'am, can I read the text?
Can I read?
want to read this?
Please read someone new. Read someone
Can
new.
I read?
If
I
you
want
can
to
read
read the text.
before, then you can read. Okay. Give some
Miss,
space here.
can I read?
Nidhi, you
Ji, miss.
have you read earlier, or this is for the first time? This is for the first time, or you read earlier?
Yes, miss.
Okay, you read.
Read about Helen Keller. Helen Keller was a great humanitarian. She cared deeply for the sick, injured, and disabled pupil. The disabled pupil have physical or mental
People.
problems that limit their activities or senses. Helen devoted her life to
Developed.
them. Helen was born in 1880 in Alabama, USA. Her parents were Captain Arthur Keller and Katrina Adams Keller. Her family was not rich. Their main source of income was cotton plantation. Helen was born healthy, but in 1882 she became deaf, dumb, and blind after a high fever. Her father heard about Parking's School for the Blind in Boston and contacted the director there. In 1887, the director sent one of his best students, Annie Sullivan, to help Helen. Annie worked hard to enable her to communicate. In 1890, Helen's formal education started at Horace Mann School for the Deaf in Boston. In 1892, she went to Wright Humason School for the Deaf in New York. Helen improved her communication skills and studied regular academic subjects. She then decided to go to college and attended Cambridge School for Young Ladies in 1896. Later, she studied at Redcliffe College. Here she learned Braille, which was a new technique for reading. She also learned how to type. Annie Sullivan was always with Helen. She sat with Helen in class and helped her by interpreting lectures and texts. In 1904, Helen received her BA degree with honors from Redcliffe College. Helen spent her life helping disabled pupils to learn. She died on June 1, 1968.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it is about the lifestyle or life sketch of Helen Keller. Do you think she was actually a healthy person?
No, ma'am.
What was her health problem? Can you tell me?
Ma'am,
She was blind, deaf, and dumb.
deaf, dumb, blind.
We have very important organs, okay? Every organs of our body is very important for us. Not only for human being but also for animals. Their organs are very important. And she has actually lost her very important three important organs, or it is called, if it is not organ, because she cannot see, she cannot speak, she cannot listen. Okay, so actually very what important things she did not have, but when she was born she actually did not have that problem. When did she get this problem? Can you tell me?
Because of a high fever.
Yes, after having a high fever she got this problem. And such type of fever actually made a very later.
Ma'am, can you mute Samira Sultana? She is making noises.
Samira Sultana. Samira Sultana has muted. Okay. Now here you see, actually her father and mother were very worried about her. That's why what did they do? Her father heard about Perkins School for the Blind in Boston and contacted the director there to make her daughter what? Unable to read or write. He actually took the very first attempt. In 1887, the director sent one of his best students, Annie Sullivan, to help Helen. Annie worked hard to enable her to communicate. Communication is very important thing for a what? Dumb person. Whom do we call actually dumb and deaf? What is the fault of, what do you actually think about dumb? What is dumb? Who is dumb?
Who can't
A
speak.
person who cannot talk.
MSP talk.
Yeah, a person who cannot talk or say something, he or she is called dumb. And deaf, deaf
Who
means
Who
cannot
can't
hear?
hear
who
some.
cannot hear, who doesn't have that hearing power. So actually, any blind man can communicate if she or he has the power of speaking or listening. But she didn't have that power, so it is very important for Annie to make her enable to communicate with others. In 1890, Helen's formal education started at Horaceman School for the Deaf. Next, what step she did for her? She took her the next step for the deaf school. The person who are deaf, they go to this Horaceman School, which was situated actually in Boston. In 1892, she went to Wright Humanism School for the Deaf in New York. In two steps, she go to the two different type of schools. At first, she went to Horaceman School, and then she went to Wright Humanism School, which was in New York. Still today, maybe it is there. Helen improved her communication skills and studied regular academic subjects. She then decided to go to college. After finishing her schooling, she decided to go to college. Actually, she got the power of continuing her education. Then she attended Cambridge School, and that is young ladies Cambridge School. Their full name is Can you tell me what is the full name of this school? Cambridge School for Young Ladies. Here it is said young ladies, and they are written in capital letter young ladies in 1896. Later she studied at Radcliffe College. Then what did we see here? She attended two type of colleges, Cambridge School, which was for young ladies, and then she later studied at Radcliffe College. Here she learned Braille. Braille. It is a technique for reading. Who can read this Braille? We cannot actually read that Braille because we are not accustomed with this technique. Only the blind people can read this Braille. What is written? It is actually dot dot dot, or one kind of little bit pouring thing, something given on the sheet of paper. Seeing that or touching that paper, they can read the reading, or they can read what is writing there. Now she also learned how to type. Now she can also type. Annie Sullivan was always with Helen. She sat with Helen in class and helped her by interpreting lectures and text. This type of actually this type of opportunities or facilities are given to the blind people who cannot actually see. They can take extra help while they are giving or while they give exam. They can take this kind of extra help. Okay, in our country we also see such type of, sometimes we see such type of supportive person who can give help to such kind of blind people. In 1904, Helen received her BA degree with honors from Radcliffe College. That means she started her education since when? Can you tell me when was the first time she started her schooling?
1890.
1890. Yeah, and she ended up with this education where actually it is not her end because she just completed her BA degree. After BA degree she can receive her MA degree too. Then, but for her it was the last time of her getting the degree. Which year? 1904. Helen spent her life helping disabled people to learn. Actually, she was not that much healthy person. She was also actually know the suffering of the disabled people. That's why she engaged herself, or she spent her life for the help of the disabled people. She died on June 1, 1968. Now here are some words. Can you match these words with this meaning?
Yes, ma'am.
we can.
Humanitarian.
Making
I'm
people
unable
suffering
to-
less and improving their living conditions.
Yes, you are right. making people suffering less and improving their living conditions. Disabled,
unable to use a part of the body
easily
easily or completely because of illness,
etc.
etc.
unable to use a part of the body easily or completely because of illness, injury, etc. Yes. Now plantation.
A large
Area of land where crops like sugarcane,
etc. are
banana,
grown.
etc. grow.
That means area which has what? Lots of plants there.
Lots of crops.
Yeah, here it is said lots of crops. We can plant anything actually. Janatul Firdaus Zara, she is entering now. Skills.
Interpret.
Explain the text.
What is
A
interpret?
text or translate a
Explain the
language.
meaning of a text or translate a language.
Explain the meaning of a text or translate a language. And skills.
And the ability to do
The
something
ability
well.
to do
The ability to do something well.
Yes, you are right. Thank you. Now, Helen always helped the suffering people. Is it true or false?
This is true.
And it's true.
She came from a rich family.
This is false.
False.
This is false.
Yes, it is actually false because her parents was not that much rich. Her family was not rich. Their main source of income was cotton plantation. Okay. Now, if you have any false question, then you have to give correct answer of it. What would be the correct answer? What will you write here?
She came from a poor family.
Came from a poor family.
She came
She
from
came
a poor
from
family.
a middle class family.
Middle class family. Actually, if we say the negative of this sentence, rich, she did not come from a rich family. Actually, rich, it cannot be said that she actually came from the middle class family, because the opposite of this rich would be poor. So it is better to give poor, or it is better to write in this way: she did not come from a rich family. Then anybody can understand what type of family she actually came from. Now, Annie Sullivan was a good teacher of Helen Keller.
True.
And true.
She died
True.
young.
False.
So she
False.
died
False.
False.
she did not die very young age. What will we write here?
Ma'am, correct answer হচ্ছে she
Ma'am,
she
she
died
died in
with
old age.
old age.
She died at the old age. Yes. Sullivan was taught by Helen.
False.
False.
Helen was taught by Sullivan.
False. False.
Ma'am, correct answer হচ্ছে Helen was taught by Sullivan.
Helen was taught by Sullivan. Okay. Now, there is another true or false. Helen always helped the suffering people. She came from a rich family. Answer repeated question. What did the director do for Helen? How did Helen increase her reading skills at Redcliffe College? What is Helen famous for? This would be your homework. This question answer. Now, here is a lesson 5. Two women. You can find
what is our homework?
here. You can find a table here. Two types of informations are given actually. Born in. Born in. Here it is written 1880. And what will you write here?
1880.
I'm 1880.
1880. That means Begum Roque and Helen Keller born at the same year. Okay. Nationality?
American. Helen Keller was an American.
Yes, she was American. And Begum Roque was Bengali at that time.
Bengali.
She is Bengali actually, but when she was born that time, she was actually Indian. Family. Here Helen Keller is not rich. Source of income, cotton plantation. And what about Begum Roquea?
Begum Roque was
And
rich.
Begum Roque
Source
is
of income from manor.
Landlord. Her father was a landlord. She came from a rich family. Physical condition?
Begum Rokeya was able. She was good and wealthy.
Yes, you are right. Now, education. Here it says self-educated, learned Bangla and English from brother. Self-educated. But she
Helen
did not
Keller
have
was
education.
educated with the help of Braille and Ernest Sullivan.
Yes, you can say that. She took help of Annie Sullivan and completed her BA degree. Aim in life.
Begum Rokeya's aim in life was achieving the equal rights for women what the men have in society.
Yes. And what would be the achievements?
It is the same.
A great Bengali poet and literate.
Achievements. She wrote actually number of novels and short stories, and also she established Shakwat Memorial Girls High School. Okay, this is her achievement. And what about her? A number of books.
Becoming a successful humanitarian.
She also wrote number of books and articles. Helen Keller. Now death.
1932.
1932.
And she died in
1968.
1960.
1960.
Okay, you are right. Now, use the information or facts about Florence Nightingale and write a composition about her. By using this information, you can write a composition about Florence Nightingale. It would be also a homework for you. Try to do this at home. Okay. Now unit 6. Actually, I'm not sure if you have this unit 6 in your half yearly exam, but I think if it doesn't have in half yearly exam, we can read it in our annual exam. But today I like you to read one of the text from this, because suppose if you have this lesson or unit, we will just waste our time if we don't read it. It is better to read the text. After reading this unit, we will go for our question items that we will face in our exam. Okay, now lesson 1, we have 6 minutes. Who will read this? Actually, it is a daily routine of Jason. Jason's daily routine it is. Okay,
Can I read?
yes, you can read.
Am I want to read this day?
Read please.
Read about Jishan's daily routine. 6:30 a.m. He wakes up. 7 a.m. He do his breakfast. 18:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. School. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Snack and free time. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Study with maths or science teacher. 6:15 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Study with English or social science teacher. 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Homework. 8:30 p.m. Supper. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. TV. 10:30 p.m. Go to bed. On Fridays, Dishan doesn't go to school, but he studies 1 hour with his religious teacher. He also studies his school subjects by himself. Often he goes to visit his relatives with his parents.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of supper?
Supper or dinner, it is the actually meal time of taking your meal at night. Okay, we take our breakfast. Here it is said here what you say, at 7 a.m. she have her breakfast. Just like breakfast, it is the name of a food taking time. Supper or dinner, when we take it actually at night. Okay, and here it is said that here you
Okay, ma'am.
but here is not say anything about his lunch. Then when did he actually take his lunch? 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. he remains at school. Then when actually
He
when
did his lunch at school.
I have no idea actually when do actually or when did actually he take his lunch. I'm not sure about that. Here it is missing. He actually for 1 hour takes his snack and free time. He enjoys his free time and takes snacks there. But eating snacks, nobody can be healthy. So if it is here breakfast writing, I think there should be also mention about his taking lunch or having lunch, just like this supper. However, he started his day at 6:30 a.m. and he end his day at 10:30 p.m. Okay, here it is a routine for his daily activities, and I think you all have such type of routine. If you make routine of your daily activities or what type of subjects or what subjects will you read every day, if you make that type of chart, you can finish your lessons or study very well. Now here it is said how much time does Jason spend on his studies? Too much, too little, the right amount of time. It is not that much. Why do you think he spent too much, too little, the right amount
Ma'am,
of
the right amount of time.
actually everybody is listening. Learning power is not same. If we can finish his study within 1 hour, no, everyone cannot finish his or her study within 1 hour. Maybe it can take a longer time. Okay, now listen to leisure. Leisure, it is a poem. We can skip this poem. We have only 2 minutes left. Dipali Rani Das, she again got herself in. What are they doing? Here are some activities, actually what people do when they are not engaged in their reading activities or schooling. Okay, so here we can see this, they are playing or they are doing what they like to do. We have 1 minute. Can we read this text, or we can read this text for our next class? We can keep it for the next class. What?
We can read it in our next class.
Yeah, so why we don't have actually that much time in our hand?
Ma'am, what is our homework?
Your homework. Your
Yes,
homework
ma'am.
would be. Is there any question we didn't do from our lesson 1? Bangomata. Answer the following questions. Okay. Bangomata, answer the following question. It would be your homework. I can show you.
Isn't it our homework that for write a composition about Florence Nightingale?
Yes, Florence Nightingale. It will. C. You can write this C here. Okay. Give C. After writing this C, as we end or as we completed our unit 5, we can complete the other things. What we say here, it is we orally just did these things. Okay, but at home you can, we don't have that much time. Now you can write Bongo Mata's question answers. Okay,
Ma'am, in 46 pages there
of
has
this
some
C,
question
1
of
2 3
Bongo
4 4
Mata.
questions, only these 4 questions, and Florence Nightingale composition on Florence Nightingale. Okay, these 2 things. Answer the following questions and compositions about Florence Nightingale. This would be your homework. Okay, everyone keep well, and this is